This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
What's up, everybody? I'm back for another episode of Average Savage podcast. I got another special guest with me today, Renee Montgomery. Renee, what's up?
What's up with you? How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I can't complain.
So let's just jump right into it, and could you tell the listeners a little about yourself?
Okay, I'm Renee Montgomery. I play here in Atlanta for the Atlanta Dream, which is a WNBA team. And what else? I don't know. This is my 10th season.
You're a veteran.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm a veteran. I earned that title.
All right, so you started playing basketball at a young age. Who'd you look up to in the WNBA or the NBA or sports-wise in general? And did you model your game after anybody?
Well, actually, the WNBA started when I was not young. I was older when it started, so there wasn't necessarily a WNBA player that I modeled my game after because there wasn't a WNBA at that time. But when I was younger, I actually loved watching Scottie Pippen, even though he's basically a defensive player, and a lot of people say I don't play any defense, so there's that.
So you're All-American in high school, and I'm sure you had a lot of offers. So what made you go to UConn?
That was the thing that kind of made me go to UConn. I did have a lot of offers coming out of high school. I pretty much could have picked wherever I wanted to go. And, the coaches on their recruiting show, they basically tell you everything you want to hear. Well, everyone knows how Coach REM is, and he definitely didn't tell me everything I wanted to hear. He basically just came in and was like, you're good, obviously, but I'm not going to guarantee you a starting spot. I'm not going to guarantee you this. I'm not going to guarantee you that. All I can tell you is that, we don't have any bias when it comes to age. So if you want to come in here and earn your keeps, and, he just gave me that whole spiel. Mm-hmm. So that was appealing to me because it was, first of all, different than what all the other coaches were doing. And it was a challenge. So I was looking forward to the challenge. Yeah,
for sure. So picking an elite school like UConn, what was it like playing for the legendary Coach Auriemma and then going on to win a national championship your senior year?
It was different than I'm sure a lot of people would think. He's actually nice.
Yeah.
A lot of people see his rough exterior and, they see him yelling and going crazy all the time. But honestly, I wouldn't rather go to war with anyone else in a sense because he's going to have your back 100%, whether it's against the refs, the other team, no matter what, if somebody's talking about you. So just knowing that and the passion that he has for you to excel, those are the kind of things that, I just love about him.
Yeah, for sure. And then after the national championship, wasn't the draft was like a few days later or a few weeks later? And you get drafted number 4.
Not a few weeks. You had it right the first time. Only a few days later.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was a quick turnaround. The parade was probably like a day after the championship. And it was a whirlwind, honestly.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember a lot of that happened because it happened so close together. But I do remember that, everybody was there to support me. And that felt good.
So were you still, at UConn when you got drafted? Or you were? You were?
No, I had graduated. I went straight to my WNBA team after I got drafted. So,
yeah.
Like I said, it's a quick turnaround. It's basically woo, you won a championship. All right, now go be a pro.
Gotcha. No, I was thinking if you were still on campus while the draft was going. I bet you were there though.
No, yeah. I went to the draft.
Yeah. So what was that like? Again, drafted by the Minnesota Lynx, 4th overall.
It was kind of surreal. Like I told you, it was a whirlwind. But just to hear your name called, it's one of those things that it's hard to describe unless you feel it because it feels like. You work so hard your whole career, and it goes back to when you're young playing AAU. You don't really have summers to yourself. So then just the culmination of everything together, and it's like, wow, okay, everything was worth it. I'm really here.
Yeah, for sure. So then you only played 1 year there because you get traded to the Connecticut Sun. So then what was that like to come back to Connecticut and play? And then they also drafted your former UConn teammate, which became your Connecticut Sun teammate, Tina Charles.
Yeah, so that was we were back on campus again.
Yeah.
Kalena Green, my former teammate, was also there too, my former UConn teammate. Mm-hmm. So it was the three of us. You could have told us we weren't just living life. To the utmost. It was great. It was basically like we were back in college, but no classes. So we were loving it.
So it's a life right there. No classes.
That's the ideal life where any student athletes out there, y'all already know that's ideal.
Yeah. For sure. So you had great seasons with the Connecticut Sun. You became an all-star for the first time. You won 6 Women of the Year. And then I know you had a few good playoff runs. And then you get traded twice in 2015. So what was that year like?
It was kind of crazy because crazy in a good way because sometimes it's like things happen and you get worried like what is going on, and then there's this huge light at the end of the tunnel that you had no idea was coming. So actually at the time I got traded from Seattle, I had salmonella poisoning. I wasn't even actually practicing with the team or anything like that, and I got the call from my coach, my new coach that was going to be Coach Reeve in Minnesota, and she basically was like, yeah, I heard you're sick. Basically, we don't care. Get on the plane. We need you for the game this tomorrow, or something like that. And I was just like, whoa, what? And she was just like, yeah, we need you, like, as in right now. So it was kind of crazy because I was super sick and trying to travel and all that. And, I mean, I played in the game, so I was just happy to have survived that game, honestly. But then we went on to win a championship that year, so everything, the rest was history.
Yeah, for sure. Did you know, like, you were getting traded? Like, you were getting shopped around, or it just happened?
No, it actually just happened because a player got hurt. So, a lot of times on teams when someone gets hurt, that changes, the dynamics of the team, and they might need something right away. And in Minnesota, right away, they needed a point guard because their starting point guard was actually out and the backup point guard was out. So they had no point guard.
Gotcha. So what was it like getting traded? Well, you didn't get traded back. Well, you got traded back to the Minnesota Lynx, and then you won 2 championships.
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, there's nothing you can complain about with that. I mean, anytime you can win a championship and and learn under the best, that time is invaluable because there's things that I took from them that, like, now it's forever knowledge that I'll have that I can try to, carry on to the new team that I'm on here.
Yeah, for sure. And then, again, you played with another former teammate, Maya Moore, and now you're on Atlanta, and now you're playing with Tiffany Hayes. And so you played with, like, pretty much everyone you played with.
Yeah, I mean,
is that crazy?
It's hard. If you're a Husky, it's going to be hard-pressed to play on a team not playing with another Husky, honestly, because there's a lot of us out there.
Yeah, but I'm saying you played with former teammates, too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's great. I mean, there's a lot of us. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, that's true, yeah.
It's really crazy because there's so many of us. I played with Maya Moore in Minnesota, Tina Charles in Connecticut, now Tiffany Hayes here, Kalena Green, Callie McLaren was on a training camp in Minnesota one year. It's really, I played with Caroline Doty. It's just a lot. There's a lot. Like I said, the list goes on. I played with Jessica Moore as well, but she wasn't one of my teammates, but I played with Sue Bird. Obviously, they're not my teammates, but there was a lot.
Yeah, so that's just like awesome. This UConn connection. So so what
UConn
made you
Mafia.
what made you decide to sign with the Atlanta Dream this offseason?
Well, I wanted to come back east was my main thing because for family, like my family, for instance, this season alone, my family has been to more games than they've probably been in the past 5 seasons combined. Yeah. I mean, they come up for a week at a time, sometimes 2 weeks at a time. They're actually here right now, but they get to come in longer spurts because it's a car ride away now. It's not a plane ride. So anytime you can hop in the car and come somewhere, it obviously makes it so much easier to maneuver. Yeah,
for sure. So you guys are probably the hottest team right now. How deep do you think you're going to go in the playoffs?
Like I always say, I never like any bold predictions. Yeah. I'm happy to, first of all, be in the playoffs because coming last year, Atlanta didn't even make the playoffs. So it's kind of more so, I would say, a relief because, I left a championship team, and that's always scary, the unknown. You never know what's going to happen. I'm leaving, like, a top-notch program, top-notch coaching staff, top-notch teammates, and I'm going to the unknown. And so for us to be as successful as we are right now, it's more so of a relief, like, whew, okay, so I wasn't actually completely crazy.
Yeah. So how has it been, like, how have you translated from, like, being a starter, being a 6th woman, and now you're a starter again?
I actually think the transition wasn't very hard. The minutes I played for Minnesota Lynx, I played a lot of minutes, even though I was the 6th woman. I played a lot of minutes. I played in a lot of big moments in the games. And I kind of keep the mindset that, like, I train the same way. I don't train different whether I'm going to be a starter or coming off the bench. So, to me, there's not really much difference other than I start the games because I'm going to train the same way no matter what. Yeah,
for sure. So you pretty much accomplished everything like that a women basketball player that could. You won like everywhere. So like, what keeps you going and what keeps you motivated?
The only thing better than success is more success. So I think that's kind of what keeps me motivated. You can never have too much. So yes, I have 2 rings. There's nothing wrong with getting 3. Hey, 4 would be awesome. So that's kind of the thing. Whenever you want to just build your legacy, and that rings is always a topic of discussion. You see it in the NBA all the time.
Yeah.
When people are discussing who's better, who's not, who's this, who's that, rings always come up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got the high school one and the college one, right?
I do.
Yes.
I have 3 high school ones.
Oh, okay, there you go. So that has to be pretty rare then, just for someone to have all 3.
Yeah.
So some people probably don't know that WNBA players play overseas during the quote-unquote off-season. But so I know you've been like pretty much everywhere. So what's your like favorite place been so far?
I would have to say my favorite place to play in the quote-unquote off-season is Russia. It's kind of surprising to hear, but it's more so a lifestyle choice in the sense that they treat us like royalty over there. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the apartment they put us in is lavish, to say the least. And then you have a driver at all times, 24/7. If I wanted to go to McDonald's at 2 a.m., I'd call my driver. He'd come get me. It's just a different style. It's just a different lifestyle that you live over there that you don't live in any of the other countries. So that's just, so I guess, yeah, I like being pampered. So I would say Russia.
Gotcha. So you played like almost in a different country every season, right?
Just about.
Yeah. So, where are you trying to? Is there any destinations you want to go to?
I don't know. I heard that there was a league in Dubai, and I'm trying to sign me up because that's an expensive flight. That's an expensive hotel. So if I can get to Dubai and play there, now we're talking. We're on to something.
Gotcha. Have you signed anywhere for this coming season?
I haven't. I'm actually only going to go half of the season overseas. So I'm going to take the first half of the season off. And so the seasons basically are 3.5 month spans apiece. Yeah. So after December, in January, I'll probably go overseas.
Gotcha. What's that like, just going from like a WNBA season to then starting up again, like overseas season? It's
kind of crazy because it's like, for instance, when I won my championship last year with Minnesota, I had 2 weeks until I had to be in France, like playing and starting a whole new season. So it's kind of, you don't ever really get a period to detox. And like, I think when I'm done playing, I'll be able to appreciate the success I've had, because right now I'm in such a cycle where it's go. Yeah. You really don't just get to sit down and be like, okay, wow, I did that. Like, it's kind of like you're on to the next. Like, we won the championship. All right, now I got to go start a new season in France in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's like really, I was really happy with my championship, and then reality hit. It's like, all right, let me say bye to my family and everything because it's time to go.
Yeah, what month do like the overseas seasons end?
It depends. Every season is every country is different.
Gotcha.
So some seasons run long, April, May, and some seasons end in March. It just really depends.
And then, do your coaches or like from the WNBA get like mad or anything, like if you play too long or something like that?
No, it's pretty much an understanding that, you know, we make more money overseas than we do here in the WNBA. So it's kind of, there's definitely understanding there. It's not an issue.
Yeah, this leads perfectly into my next question, which is what's your take right now on the whole higher/equal pay movement that everybody's trying to push?
Look, I would love to make more money. Yeah. So anytime somebody's pushing for me to make more money, I'm with it. Like I said, I understand things are a process, but of course, I mean, I feel like I work hard and just as hard as anyone else, and I would love to make more money. So if that does happen, I got my routing number and all that ready. For sure.
So yeah, like, would you want to only just play in the WNBA and like obviously get paid more? And not
play. If I could, yeah, for sure.
No, I'm saying and not play overseas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I could, for sure, and be able to have an actual off season where I call it being normal, where I could go, like be normal. For instance, I haven't had a Thanksgiving with like family, and I'm not sure how long. I guess 10 years, well, more than that, because I was at UConn then. So I probably haven't had a Thanksgiving with my actual family in like 14 years. So just stuff that like we don't get to do on a normal basis. For Christmas, we usually get to come home for 4 or 5 days. Just stuff that a lot of people don't even recognize as a thing is not a thing for us. So to be able to enjoy holidays with family, friends, to be able to, hey, let's just have a cookout this weekend, stuff that I just don't normally get to do, I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And I saw that Jalen Rose was pitching for it today on ESPN.
Was he?
Yeah.
Come through, Jalen. Okay.
Yeah, and then the other topic they were discussing was, I don't know, I totally lost train of thought for that one. Well, anyways, so we're going to skip that. Hopefully I remember. So I know after your career, you said one of your goals is to be on, like, Dancing with the Stars. So what are your other career goals after basketball?
I feel like a lot. I want to host a TV show. I want to act. I want to have a recurring role in a TV show. I also want to do some commentating, stay around the game in that aspect. So I kind of want to dabble in it all, actually.
Yeah,
and cut a rug, yes.
Any other TV shows you would want to be on?
Well, as far as TV shows, actually, there's this TV show called Famous in Love that I would like to be on. I would absolutely love to be on Suits. That's like one of my favorite shows. I would adore to be on there. I could even just be a secretary on the show. Make me, I don't know who's new assistant, but I don't know because you can't get rid of Donna. So I don't know. I'll be somebody's assistant on the show, but that would be great. Yeah, that would be the ideal dream job.
Gotcha. What's on your playlist before warming up for a game?
Slow jams. All
right. Any artists?
I don't know. I say his name wrong every time. I know I said it wrong in your car that one time, so you know what I'm talking about. But I call him Ed Sheeran. What is it? How do you say it?
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, him. He's my favorite.
So
he's my favorite.
So I know you like to put fun captions on your Instagram posts. So like, what are your like favorite memes, or like where do you get all this stuff from, like memes?
You want to know what's crazy? I definitely don't get them from memes. I look at the photo. I probably do it in 5 seconds. I think people think it's this like thought out process or anything. I literally am scrolling through because our PR guy named Dan, he sends us game photos after every game, like that the people took. And so I literally, when it's game day, I'm scrolling through the photos and I pick one, and then like I look at it, and it's probably like a 10-second process. It's nothing profound at all. It's literally like, okay, date night? Nah, you thought, like, like it's literally like that's all it is. And then I put what when the game is and who we're playing against, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, for sure. Did you ever do anything with the Dream and like take over their social media? I
haven't done that yet. I've actually taken over the WNBAs a couple times. But I haven't taken over the Atlanta Dreams. I don't even know if they actually do that.
You gotta do that.
They should do that. I've done it with my other teams. I took over Minnesota's a couple times. I definitely took over Connecticut's. But no, I haven't taken over the Dreams yet. Gotcha.
Are you ready for? I got a couple fan questions.
Okay.
One person said, "What's your favorite shoe of all time?"
My favorite shoe of all time? I'm gonna have to go with the Pharrell's. I don't know what the ones they're called, but mine say Human Race. I don't know what it's called.
I know.
But man, those shoes are so comfortable, and I love the way they look. They're like a soft shoe. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with those because I'm all about the comfort.
You don't wear those in the game, right?
No, I play in Kobe's only in the game.
Here's another scenario question. If you only had 3 players' jerseys to pick from any sport, who would they be?
Ooh, 3 player jerseys from any sport. Well, I don't know if it's an actual jersey, if this would count, but I need Serena Williams. I don't know what it is in her outfit.
Dress up in a tennis outfit?
Can I get her outfit? I'm going to take Serena Williams' outfit. I want Obama's high school jersey. And
they got those? They got those?
I don't know, but you can have to pick any player, and he used to play basketball, so I want it. I want Obama's jersey. I want Serena Williams' little outfit. And
you should do that for Halloween. You should do that for Halloween.
Do what? Serena Williams?
Yeah.
Oh, no, see, this is the thing. This is like my first Halloween basically ever. Because when we were younger, we didn't celebrate Halloween. We went to Fall Festival at my church. So this is basically my first Halloween of my whole life, and I'm going to be one of those girls off The Purge. It's not the most recent Purge. It's the Purge before this, and it was like a 3-girl group thing. And yeah, I'm going to be one of those girls from the group. And I'm also going to be Harley from the Joker's girlfriend. I'm going to be Harley one day too. So I'm going to have a 3-day extravaganza for Halloween.
You just go back up to UConn. You'll be good.
Well, I'm not going back up to UConn. Are you kidding me?
Celebrate Halloween.
I know, sir. We're going on no college campus for Halloween, and I'm 31 years old. That's a joke in itself. But anyway, back to my last jersey.
Yeah, what's your last
jersey?
Actually,
a cool jersey to have. I'll probably go get my Diddy's college. My Diddy, which is my dad, he played college football at State, so I'll probably get his jersey. Have it framed up.
You gotta get some customized jerseys now. You said jerseys that aren't even around.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Because the ones that are around, I just go get those.
Well, yeah, I've seen a lot of they do like Will Smith's jersey from Prince of Bel-Air, like the Looney Tunes ones now.
What's his name? Drake in that most recent video, In My Feelings, he went and did DeMarcus Cousins' high school jersey. So yeah, that's kind of the move. Because if you just wanted a LeBron James jersey or something, you could literally just go on the internet and get it.
Yeah. I wonder why he picked DeMar.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. I'm guessing they're friends. You know that like the music world and the athletic world are like synonymous almost. So they're probably like best friends and we don't even know it.
Yeah, speaking of that, I've seen that a lot of famous celebrities, rappers, whatever, are going to your games.
Yeah, it's actually really cool Atlanta? How it's starting to be a little thing.
Yeah.
Like, especially in LA, courtside. Yeah. It's like the who's who courtside in LA, and we're not doing too bad ourselves here in Atlanta with some. We've had some names here. T.I. came here. A lot of NBA players have come to our games. Some NFL ones. Kent Bazemore, he's almost a regular at our games, and it's so awesome just to see the support from other athletes and just even artists and stuff. That they support it. So it's a great start.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I just remembered the other question. I don't know if you've seen, there's like these new NCAA rules that just came out today.
I definitely haven't seen them.
So one of them was they're letting players enter the draft now, and then if you don't get drafted, you go back.
Oh, that's an idea. I like that.
See, I think that would probably be helpful a lot for women too, just because most of them stay 4 years, but probably don't have the chance to...
Wait, no. I mean, that doesn't work for us. We have a rule in the WNBA that you can't get drafted until after your 4 years.
Oh, maybe they'll change that now.
So, that's definitely specifically a men's rule because, you have to either have went to college for 4 years or 4 years post-high school, so you could go overseas for a year. Like, if you went to college for 3 years and then went overseas for 1 year, then you're eligible for the draft. But, we don't... Ours doesn't work like that. So it's a great concept for the men, though, I guess, because it's like it's low risk then for the men. Like it's like, let me just go test the waters. Oh, okay, I'm not good enough yet. Here I come, coach. Like you're back to your college team. So
well, I guess then it would suck if you get drafted like 60th, like last.
Well, now what?
I'm saying
nowadays in the NBA you get drafted 60th. Oh darn it, you might be making $15 million a year instead of 200.
Oh yeah, true.
What do you mean that's tough? I'll take it.
I guess. Got it.
Oh man, I'm only making $5 million a year, darn it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the NBA money. It's insane. I remember last year watching in the summer, and all these scrubs are getting like crazy amount of millions.
Oh yeah. First of all, don't use the term scrubs because and millions in the same sentence. Let's not do that. But yes, there's a lot of players that are making $2 million to clap. Now think about that. When I tell you I would be the best clapper there ever was for $2 million, I clap. I'll stand up every time somebody dribbles if that's the case. Stand up, sit down the whole game. I don't know, whatever you need from me. They're making big money. So yeah, if you get drafted 60th, you better gladly accept that $5 million.
Yeah, for sure. One last question. I actually just saw this too today that a girl won the Steph Curry competition, 3-point competition at his camp.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure it was versus boys. So would you want to see like a Oh yeah, they do that. Actually, they do the thing in the All-Star Weekend at NBA. But would you want to see like a 3-point competition? I knew you were just in it, like 3-point versus like guys versus girls, or all together WNBA, NBA.
I mean, that would be cool. I don't really care if there is or isn't one, if I'm being honest, because I do love the 3-point competition, though. Yeah. I like watching an NBA All-Star, and it was so fun to be in this year. It would be cool, a concept, but I don't really have I don't really mind, but kudos to her. Shout out to her for winning that. That's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah. Just some breaking news, like 3 stories I broke to you today.
You heard it here first.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, and good luck in the playoffs.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
And let people know where they can find you on social media.
Oh yeah, you can follow me on any social media at the 21 DA20 and the word 1.